So I might be a little bit too upbeat for this video because I'm having a really fun conversation right now, but this is not a fun topic at all. And I think I'm about to get more serious here. So this is a topic that even though it's so personal to me, I find it hard to talk about for a couple different reasons. So there's two major deciding factors in why this is something I'm talking about today. So the first is because of things that have happened to me in the past and how I have shared this information with people closest to me. They think that my story is something that needs to be shared and that can inspire people. And two, because this is something that is now directly affecting my little brother, who's in 4th grade. So we're going to start with a little bit of my story, and I'm not going to get into details because those are going to be shared later. So in 3rd grade is when I started getting bullied. I mean, I could even say before that, but it was mostly because I'm a skinny guy. I'm not that skinny anymore, but I was a skinny guy, and I was really nerdy. I still am, and so people decided, oh, let's make fun of this kid and beat him up and stuff because we think it's funny. Not gonna, I don't think I'll ever release names. The people closest to me and the people that are important already know who did this kind of stuff to me. And you, as a person, I'm talking directly to you right now. Whoever's watching this, you can call me whatever you want, whatever name. You can call me a snowflake, you can call me a little bitch, you can call me weak, whatever it is that you think you can call me, I don't care. You're on the wrong side here. Mental illness is a real thing. Because of those things that happened to me, I now suffer from anxiety and depression. And I have a lot of problems because of it that I shouldn't have. But because those things happened to me not having a very good support system back then means I got completely broken down and I had no self-worth. Now, I don't want to see this kind of thing happen to my little brother. And it's sad that now that I'm in college and teachers and people, parents, kids have known that this is a problem in all that time, and they still haven't made a change. That's where I have no problem bashing the school system. I mean, I can bash the school system for a lot of things, but for not making a change there in the health and the safety of their own kids, that's an issue. So, how can we stop things like this from happening to the next generation? Well, for one thing, I'm doing my best to be, with little time as I do have, to be a good support system to my little brother. To be somebody he can talk to, because when he went into his parent-teacher conferences, I don't know if they already had previous information that he was getting called names and being picked on, or if he provided that information for them. Either way, they knew something was happening, and he wouldn't release the names of who was perpetrating the violence because he doesn't want it to increase, and that's what he's afraid of. That's exactly what I was afraid of. That's what every bullying or abuse victim is afraid of. If you think I'm making this bullshit up, I used to teach a course on dating violence, and it applies to anywhere that abuse is happening. I know what I'm talking about. I'm not an expert, but I know what I'm talking about. So how do we stop that? By advocating, by sharing what's going on, looking out for each other. This is not a political issue at all. People need to make a cultural change to fix this stigma around mental illness, and that it's okay to be violent, especially in the case of bullying. And you might think that there's reason to be okay for violence in general. Good for you. I don't agree with you. But bullying is something I hope we can all agree on is not a good thing. I'm not saying that because I was bullied, I hate who I am now. Although sometimes when I get depressed, I feel that way. But because of what happened then, I now deal with depression. And if I almost always wish I didn't have to sometimes. That was a horrible sentence. I don't like having depression and anxiety. It's a piece of shit. Anyways, that's not something that can exist in today's culture. That's something we can fix. I don't know why it's still around and why we can't make changes in the school system to show more videos, like once a week, provide a mandatory screening all the way through like 8th grade of bullying and how that affects, because I know I've gone to speeches and have seen videos like in classes where they show bullying and how that all affects the victim, even leading to suicide sometimes. Eventually, I've been told not to watch 13 Reasons Why, and I've been told to watch it for different reasons. Not because it's just good, but because it can be used as a tool. But it's also completely wrong, is what I've heard. I haven't watched it, so I can't judge it, but that's a systemic problem as well. If that is treating mental illness and suicide in the wrong light and showing it that way, that's changing everyone's perspective in a bad way. So when I do watch it, I'll make a video about that as well. But this is something that is very upsetting to me because it's something that is now that I've had to deal with and is now being put upon my little brother as well, which is fucking bullshit. I also got told by my grandma today that I'm not supposed to cuss and that I'm a disappointment. So that's just another side note for fun. Anyways, if you have seen through this whole video and you're watching this right now and you think mental illness is a real problem and doesn't get enough coverage, whatever, share it with your friends so they know that this is a problem. Bullying can lead to these sort of problems and that we need to do something to make a change. Thank you.